used to wait for the paycheck every single Friday thinking that job security was the ultimate goal. Then I bought my first rental property and I learned quickly that my employee mindset was actually holding me back from generational wealth. In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to share 5 simple mindset changes I had to make to be a successful real estate investor and how you can apply those as well. The first mindset change was paycheck is on Friday to building generational wealth. As an employee, you probably do a number of things that aren't really useful or doesn't pay the company that you work for. You might go on a sales call and come back empty-handed. You might make a piece of marketing content that just doesn't get any views or any engagements at all. Nonetheless, at the Friday, you still get paid a paycheck. That's because your company sees the value investing in you as an employee in their long-term goal of building their company and growing wealth. Likewise, as a real estate investor, I realized I had to be okay with not receiving rent at the beginning of the month because maybe a tenant moved out or because maybe I had problems with the tenant. Yet, knowing that the longevity of the future and longevity investment was well worth the investment in the long run. Number 2 was risk avoidance to risk calculation. As an employee, I was really taught to not risk things because I'm not dealing with my money, I'm dealing with somebody else's money. And as an employee, I should be a good steward of somebody else's money. And at the end, as an entrepreneur, I realized that I couldn't really make progress if I wasn't able or willing to make some sort of risk. So how do I manage and how do I mitigate those risks? How can I educate myself through others? And how can I learn data to help me guide things like how long does it take for a rental property to get rented in this market? What is a solid rent price that I could truly count on making in this rental property? What does it cost to ultimately evict somebody and go through that if the worst case does happen? Knowing these things then helps me learn how can I go through these things and how can I underwrite the deal properly. The third mindset change I had to go through is being an expert in one thing, being an expert in sales, to lifelong of learning in a number of things. There's a lot of books out there on rental property investing, and there's tons of knowledge from people's failures over many, many years that you can download just like The Matrix for just $10. Reading it in a book and learning different strategies on buying, on financing, on ultimately running your properties more effectively in a more profitable manner. Tons of things can be learned through simple reading a book. The fourth change I had to make was going from a do-it-yourself mentality to leveraging others to do things for you. And as an employee, a lot gets handed down to you to ultimately go out and execute, and you get a lot of pride in doing maybe more than what your job requirements might be requiring of you. As an entrepreneur and an investor, I've learned that leveraging other people is key. But before I can even ask for help or leverage other people's time, I need to do 2 things: have crystal clear criteria on what I'm wanting and have standard operating procedures of things like property management. My expectations need to be clear. They need to be in black and white, making it easy to go find realtors to bring you deals, go find contractors to do good work. What does good work look like? Go find property managers that can ultimately manage those properties in a way that you would accept. So having that clarity and being able to build that is the key to leverage in other people. The 5th mindset change I had to go through was looking at obstacles as roadblocks to obstacles as opportunities. As an employee, I was trained to look at obstacles as a roadblock. Look for the path of least resistance to get to my goal, my sales goal. And no, not all obstacles are going to get you paid. However, some obstacles actually do lead to good rewards. And if you can find opportunities in those obstacles to ultimately do a little bit of work to bring great reward, solve somebody's problem, and get paid for it, these are the opportunities that you can look for as a real estate investor that pay out big dividends. And as you do more of these and get more reps solving the same problem over and over and over again, that's where the rewards really come tenfold. Real estate is so much more than just transactions. It's really about a mindset shift and the way you look at problems and the way you look at things that come your way. A small change in how you look at a situation can have a compound effect on your wealth and your financial well-being.